Hi, this is Palmina from Mystical Touch.
And Julia from Adiabella Rises.
Thank you for joining us
for our weekly chat.
So this week we decided we were going to be me people and have a bit of a chat about ourselves. Give ourselves some tickets and pat ourselves on the back. We thought we'd just have a bit of a chat about, how we sort of ventured onto our spiritual path and how Adiabella and I met and that sort of thing, and where we're at with our spiritual path now, and just a bit of that sort of stuff. So hopefully, some of this resonates with you guys and lets you know how we're still moving forward and, doing day-to-day normal human stuff as well as our spiritual stuff and, that sort of thing. So, I suppose, seeing as I'm talking, and I've already said it's about me, that I'll just
make it about you.
all about me. And by the way, as I already said to Adiabella, I'm timing us this week so we don't take so long, although it's always me that's doing all the talking, so so I've been around the tarot cards, the rune stones and everything mystical and gypsy and witchy like since I was about 12. I'm 46 now. Obviously I've not been doing cards for that whole period of time, but I've come and gone with it. I've mucked around with friends as I was growing up. I was doing, mobile aromatherapy, and did my Reiki 1 and 2 in my early 20s, and I was doing tarot cards around that time as well. Spent a lot of time with a lady at the time who is incredible with reading coffee cups and all that sort of stuff. And so over the years I've come and gone with it, and finally probably a good 4 or 5 years now that I've been doing the tarot cards more so as a business. And I'm working full time as well, and I have done that in between. I've had businesses with an ex-husband. I've had my own businesses prior to that. I used to own a florist back in my 20s, and all that sort of stuff. So working full time at the moment and also doing the tarot cards as a business, and doing joint ventures with Adiabella, and then we'll talk about how Adiabella and I met. So that's just a little bit about myself. Over to you, Adiabella.
I was quite impressed. That only took like a few minutes.
That was really quick. It was in my conscience. I was like, oh my God, hurry. You bitch. I love it.
Okay, so for me, it's funny, apart from the last year and a half, I was probably really more spiritual when I was a child rather than any other time. So I first remember being really spiritual when I was early primary school. So talking to things that weren't there and fun stuff like that. And then also sort of, what do you call it? Foreseeing when certain people were going to die and stuff, and that went over really, really well. So after being told off quite numerous times for the imaginary friends and the foretelling, I didn't do it anymore. So I got back into it again when I was 15, and I did both my Reikis at 15. And again, I've sort of back then said, oh yeah, I'm spiritual, but I just never did anything with it. And then it peaked again probably my early 20s. I went over to, when I was living in the UK, I went over to Holland and spent 3 solid months just doing spiritual practices and learning and all that fun stuff. But again, I was practicing it while I was there, but when I was away from it, I wasn't a huge practice. I had a couple of decks of cards, and I had a little pretty meditation looking table with some pretty stuff on it, but I wasn't sort of practicing as I am now. And then a year and a half ago, it must be now, maybe even nearly 2 years ago, our joint mentor started doing her first ever beginner's course for spirituality, and I didn't even think twice. I hadn't even liked her page at this stage, and it just kind of was like, I have to do that. So I did her course and her intermediate course and got into her private page, which Palmy joined last year.
Yep.
Yeah, it was last July, wasn't it? And again, at first, I didn't do much. I was a meek little mouse who didn't say boo. I didn't reply to posts. I didn't do anything. And eventually doing my one-on-one mentoring with just our mentor, that's when it started pushing me, because I had to do homework and I had to do all of these fun things that normally I would be just like, that's really interesting, but yeah. I'll just do something else because that's just too scary and too hard. Because I was one of those people who I was like, oh, that's kind of scary. I don't want to do that. And then finally it all came to a head when in October last year, because I think we had our past life reading around the same time, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's when she brought it out. In October last year, during my past life reading, it obviously came up that I was guardian angel. I'd known beforehand since about May that this was my first incarnation, and, you know, before that I was an angel, but I didn't really get into it. I was just like, oh, that's cool, but again, that's just too scary. But it came to a head in October when we both did our past life readings, and sort of it just blew up into a big firework of exploding stars and wings and whatever else you want to call it. So, and even then, I think I was being very active in the group, but me and Palmy, you know, it was just the same as everyone else. We sort of commented on each other's posts and things like that, but it wasn't anything too 20 as we are now. But then Pamina decided to post it was a card reading post.
Right, yeah.
And the things that she said it freaking blew me away. And I just was like, she'd done good card readings before, but obviously someone up above was saying, okay, come on guys, we need to get the ball rolling a little bit more. Let's give her some really good information and let's have Julia read it.
Yeah.
And from there, I kind of, because I think you'd said that I wish I had have brought my phone, because I could have actually.
I can't even remember. I can't.
Yeah,
I
it was
doing the reading, but I can't remember what it exactly said.
Yeah, it was something like standing right next to God, and I'd almost be close to say you were an ascended master or something like that. And I was like, you know what, this is so close to comfort that I actually have to private message her and say, you know what, you were really freaking spot on.
You can thank your family for that. But I felt pretty special that they chose me and made us connect in that group, and that they've chosen me to be the one to be, I mean, you know, we call you, I think I came up with the name, I'm going to give myself tickets for that one, being God's earthbound right-hand woman.
Yes, that is a Palmy quote.
I'll promote Adia Bella wherever I can, so because she's like my girlfriend, my friend, and she's a guardian angel. Nobody else has a friend on earth. That's the real, true blue guardian angel. So yes, I'll take those tickets. Thank you. But yeah, and I know that I say it to you all the time that I'm just super, like, some days I can even get emotional over it, how, you know, I was one of the chosen ones to be with you in this lifetime and experience being that connected to the universe. I've always felt connected. I trust. I know, you know, I know stuff from having done having been born on this earth so many times.
988.
Exactly right. Say it again. But you know, that's an absolute privilege. Like, it's an honour, and I just, you know, I get stoked. Anyway, enough. Moving on. I don't even know what we're talking about. Yeah. So we connected. That's right. Yeah. We connected in that group, that private group.
Yeah. And then it sort of came into sort of, you know, daily messengers, like 10 million times a day. We still need to print out all of our messages and just read it, because I tell you what, people, we have some freaking strokes of geniuses when we're just
right? It's so true. Our conversations, honestly, are just insane. Like, we're channeling constantly, without even realizing. But yeah. So we do. You're right.
We're just going to the toilet and we're just doing this and we're just doing that. But in between that, there's some really freaking gold nuggets in there.
Yeah, gold ones, not chocolate. Because there are times when I'm sitting there talking to Adia Bella and I'm like, hang on, I'm just on the toilet. Oh, it's so funny.
That I'm one of the people that you can talk and message on the toilet.
Right? It's true. I'm like, I'm just putting the phone down so I can wipe my, Trust me, she might be a guardian angel, but she's doing the exact same thing. Oh, too funny. But yeah, it did start off there where we, then we started messaging constantly and stuff like that. And yeah, we became really good friends. And yeah, but we're still both on our spiritual path. Like, yeah, I mean, I've been around the cards and stuff like that for years, and I've done them, walked away from them, come back and forth and so forth. But I'm still learning. I'm constantly doing, learning more stuff. And that's why I'm still in the group and, in other groups as well, to continuously keep learning and evolving and doing different things. But it never, I think I posted something on my page recently that said, there's days where you just want to throw it all in, because we know that, when there's a mission and a path that we've got to take, it can be so hard at times, and life in general, it can be hard. But when you've got to, and, there's that niggle in your head that goes, no, this is what we want you to do, and you're sitting there going, I don't want to friggin' do it, like, it's just too hard. I've got time, I'm working a full-time job, and then I'm doing this, and then you want me to do this, like, yeah, it's hard, eh?
It can be really hard, but I think I was actually thinking this morning, I think sometimes as humans we get too bogged down to I've got to do this and I've got to do that. But if we focus on our big vision or our big mission of, and yes, it may be you have to do this.
Like the newsletter. Oh my gosh, she killed me with the newsletter, I'll tell you.
I think if you look at the big thing of, I'm here to enlighten souls, I'm here to rise vibrations, I'm here to share angel journeys, I'm here to be the best tarot reader ever, I think if you focus on that more than the little niggly to do things that you have to do every single day for it, I think it makes it a little bit easier. Because I was the same this morning. I was like, okay, I've had my days off Facebook because I had a 5-day take a step back.
I haven't even read your first one yet, love.
And
actually, I have sort of, but anyway.
Palmina's my reader for everything. I'm like, you have to read this.
Yeah, right. Send it to me, and I hate reading.
But that makes it a big honour when she reads it, and she's like, oh my God, when's the next bit coming? Read more.
I know, right? Takes me a week to read something that Adia Bella reads in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, I'm a really quick reader. But I was thinking this morning, I've got to go into all these groups and post things and whatever else. And then I sat back and thought, yeah, you do, but it's because you need to fulfill this big vision, and this is your way of doing it right now. So when I looked at it like that, don't get me wrong, I still haven't posted in them. But when I looked at what's that saying about the kettle and the black and whatever?
Oh, no, you go.
But when I looked at it that way, I was like, yeah, you're right, I do need to do this right now. And one day I won't need to post in every single group and, millions of people will know my name. But right now, this is how I've got to get out there. This is how I put my little gold nuggets in a way that, people can read and start going, oh yeah. And even if they don't necessarily acknowledge or like the post or whatever I'm doing, it's still something that they've actually read, and that's, festering away in their little brain, even though they don't realise, and then something good will come of that. So that's how I've been trying to look at it, because it does get overwhelming. You think, holy shit, you want me to do this and you want me to do that, and oh, by the way, you've got this thrown in, and by the way, we're only giving you a small chunk of what you're actually going to be doing. The rest is going to be big.
Totally.
So I just yeah, I just put it into that big vision of, and you don't even have to get specific. It's just, I'm here to enlighten souls. That's what all of us in the spiritual business, that's what we're doing, whether it's healing, giving them a reading, just talking crap, that all of a sudden someone goes, oh yeah, I resonate with that. Listen to the video, you know, it's all enlightening in some way. And so if you just have that as your thing every time you have to do something, I think it makes it a little bit easier to go, okay, then I will post in those 10 Facebook groups that I'm going to do. And okay, I'll finish those other 2 readings that I'm going to be doing because we need my enlightenment.
It's so true because, like, as you know, like I'm working full time now, whereas for those that don't know, I was off work for quite some time doing other stuff. So I wasn't actually doing a normal, 5-day-a-week job as well as my spiritual work. I was just doing spiritual work and enjoying life. But I chose to go back to full-time work, and I'm still not sure that's what I want. But anyway, so juggling
what it is right now.
What's that, sorry?
It's what it is right now.
Exactly. And it's just realizing that, oh my God, I had all this time off before and I had time to post and do what I wanted to at that time and in that moment sort of thing. Whereas now it's like scheduling everything, I've got to do this at this time and that at that time. And these are my 2 days off and I've got to try and squeeze everything in, which has actually been fun. And for me, who's someone who needs discipline but hates it, so we'll do anything to push it out. That, like, how many times I'm saying to Auntie Bella, I'll be messaging her or ringing her and going, can we put that back like a day, or can we put that back half an hour? I swear if she could punch through the thing, she'd knock me out. So I'm a shocker. I'll get things done, but I'll leave it to the last friggin' minute if I have to. But anyway, so it's actually been really good because it's been teaching me to be more structured. I've still got to fine tune it. She's laughing at me. But yeah, so...
Sorry, I'm laughing because we've obviously got a newsletter coming out tomorrow.
Yes.
And I've been a bit of a bitch where I've made Palmy actually write it. Normally I'd be like, oh no, you just tell me what you want to write. But I've been like, no, this is the parts that you've got to do and you can send them to me and then I'll put them in.
I had to physically type. Everybody knows, or if you don't know, I hate typing or, that sort of thing, reading shit as it is. So most of my readings and stuff, if they're email readings, will be voice recorded so that I can talk. But she's like, no, you've got to do it yourself. I'm like, how do I just record it and send it to you? It's what I wanted to do. But anyway, so I actually was very proud of myself and it was quite an achievement. I did it in bloody speed lightning time.
You did, actually. Because when you're like, I still haven't done it yet and it's Monday afternoon, I'm like, oh my goodness.
But anyway, got it through. So yes, if there's any errors or anything, that's Auntie Bella's fault because she's the editor. Let's get that right now.
Never mind that Palmy likes to make up her own words. So most of them are coming up.
Get the words and grammar, and you've got to read between the lines with me because I don't use anything that's normal. But anyway, you can tell the difference when you're reading. I feel sorry for anyone who subscribes because anyone who reads it will go, oh yeah, that was Palmina. Oh, this is definitely Annabelle. So funny. But anyway, yeah, so it's actually been really good to get to start adjusting into getting stuff done. And as I was saying, like I posted on my page, that it can be difficult to sometimes stay on our path and we want to throw it all in. And funny enough, because I was actually thinking that when I posted that post, and whammo, I get all these reading inquiries coming through left, right and centre. And today all I've done is readings all morning. I'm messaging Auntie Bella going, be ready in 10 minutes because we already had preset our time to do today's vid. And I'm pushing it back by 10 minutes trying to do this, and I've got readings after this. So I was like, oh my God, trying to squeeze everything in. But hey, when the universe wants you to do what you got to do, they just push it and you enjoy it. Like I've really loved today. If I'd known in advance that I had to have this reading at this time, this healing at that time or whatever, and that my whole day was booked out, I'd probably be like, oh my God, I'm not looking forward to that day. Because in the end, as much as we love our passion and stuff like that, it becomes work if it becomes too much, so that's where the balance has to come in. So yeah, so I've really enjoyed it. Go figure. Anyway, there you go. So we're on this path. God knows why we're still friends, but we are. So we've joined forces. Most of us, or most of you, sorry, would know that Ardia Bella has her own page, Ardia Bella Rises. I have my own page, Mystical Touch. We have a joint venture, YouTube, called The Mystic Rises. We have our new newsletter that's officially going out tomorrow. So thank you to everyone who's already signed up. Yay! Thanks to Ardia Bella for all her work she's put into that, because I've just sent everything across and said, here, put it all together. Yeah, so we're really looking forward to that. It's really exciting times for us. And, you know, for those that don't know, and Ardia Bella can speak for herself as well, but, you know, I do tarot readings, I do their intuitive readings, I do them via email, or I can do, you know, send them via voice recording. I do phone readings. I don't do many face-to-face anymore. I spent a long time doing that sort of thing, but since I've moved over to Sydney, I'm sort of just getting settled and that sort of thing, and I'll work out whether I'm going to be working out of a space or not, but for the moment it's phone and email readings. Yeah, so lots of other things. Ardia Bella, I'll throw it over to you as to what you do. She does nothing. She just sits there and waits for me to send her stuff.
Being an angel.
She's being an angel, that's it. Funny.
So,
All right, I'll tell you what, the angel who seems to think she sits on a throne and does nothing. So she does healing voices, she does readings as well, she does... I don't know, she's a freaking guardian angel. I don't know. What do our guardian angels do? Freaking everything. I ask her questions and she comes up with the answer instantly. So she's just my Google, my earth, God-bound woman, whatever I called her before, friggin' Google woman. Google.
God's Google woman. That's easy
God's
to write.
Google woman, let's just call it that. She writes books, she does blogs, friggin' everything. By the way, Ardia Bella doesn't even know that I'm going to say this, but we're also about to start a joint venture deck. So yes, add that to your list. It's already on the list, but I've just brought it forward. So we're going to have our own, it'll be an oracle deck that we'll be starting on soon. It's again, these are things that Ardia Bella and I have already discussed. So yeah, just sharing a bit more with you guys about what we do. I'm also working on my own tarot deck, and Ardia Bella will have her own. Is there going to be an oracle deck as well, or not sure? Still working on that. Who knows? That'll be next year.
Told me yet.
But yeah, so
Angels.
who knows? We're also working on, and I am still going to pass it over to you, Ardia Bella. So don't think you've gotten out of this one about explaining what you do. But we are also looking at putting together a seminar. Details still to be decided and finalised, that sort of thing. So that'll be either late next year, early the following year at this stage. It may even be sooner. Yeah, raise those eyebrows. What else? I think that's enough information for now. But yeah, we're doing heaps of stuff in the background. Our little feet are pedaling like crazy and still living our normal human lives. And I'm getting around without a car at the moment. I'm enjoying just cruising the trains. I go to work and come home and that's it, and I live in my pajamas. Over to you, honey bunny. Hurry up, I'm timing us.
What are we up to?
We've got 3 minutes.
Oh, what do I say to that? Okay, so for me, I'm really trying to focus on the other stuff that is happening in the background, but I'm really trying to focus on the healing voices because I know that's really something that can heal the masses. It's just getting it out there in a way that people, how would you call it, understand and understand. I think it's the biggest problem.
I think our Ardia Bella is stuck up in La La Land. Come to Earth. come to us. You Fruit Loops. Okay, we've lost it now. Hurry up, you've got 2 minutes. Okay, Adia Bella does nothing. She sits at home and she does nothing. She's a, what are you? A mortgage broker? In case people didn't know, she is. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. I got the feeling then that everyone was like, yeah, right, whatever. No, so she doesn't just...
Yeah, both of my left and my right brain are quite happy. They've got a nice little balance. The side kind of brings out the humanness, and then the angel side can...
Nice balance. So, yes. So, yeah, Adia Bella's also very good at counselling. So, and I know that sort of comes with the industry to a degree, because I'm also studying that as well. But Adia Bella's very good at counselling. And I'm just going to say the word counselling as just like a, what do you call it when you say like an open book type thing, because because of your connection, because you're a guardian angel, because of experiences that you've been through in this lifetime, we can't talk about other lifetimes which you haven't had any, because of your knowledge and what you've studied and, you know, certificates that you already have, and all that sort of stuff, you're amazing at that sort of thing, and you're capable of being able to counsel, guide, teach, on all levels. So yeah, just something to also know about Adia Bella as well, that she does all those things. We don't generally, I find that both of us, we don't push other things that we do. So we sort of wanted to take the time to talk about ourselves a little bit and how we do things on a spiritual level as well as live a normal life. We struggle like everybody else does with certain things, you know, trying to balance life in general, especially now that Adia Bella and I are in different states time-wise, trying to connect and you know, do our joint ventures and that sort of thing. But, you know, we're studying as well. You know, other people are out there studying, you know, doing full-time jobs, studying and got second jobs and, you know, that sort of stuff. We're in that same boat as well, doing all that. But we're also capable of doing so much more, and we're skilled and qualified in a lot of other areas as well. We just don't sit here going, no, you know, I don't know how to do all this.
By the way.
Yeah, by the way. But so feel free to contact us if you're wanting to know anything about us, if you're wanting, whether we respond is another story, but you can ask. Don't be offended if you get a no. But yeah, so we just wanted this vid to be a bit about us, about anything and everything, our normal ramblings as we usually do, a little bit about more of insights on where we're at and what we're doing in life, and yeah, other services that we have on offer that we don't generally offer. But we will. We'll start posting all those so that you all know what we're truly about and how else we can hopefully, you know, help you guys in the future. You got anything else to add, hon?
No, I think you pretty much covered it. I think I just need to have you walking by my side, like saying, "Oh wait, this is Julia. She does this," because I sit here going, "Yeah, I don't actually do much. Like I do, but."
It's hard to promote yourself sometimes. I find it easier for other people. But yeah. I feel that that's another reason why we've been connected, as we've already discussed. I love promoting other people, and that's something I know that we'll be doing a bit more of as well later down the track. But you're my product. We're selling pitch. So, you know, we're together for that reason, and I'm going to be your little lackey when we're traveling around the world. I'll be the one holding the suitcase. To go, I think.
I prefer it when I call you my biggest cheerleader. At least then you're already carrying pom-poms rather than the lights.
Thank God for that. Biggest cheerleader. Okay, that's it. I'm Adia Bella's promoter, her cheerleader, and Adia Bella is my product. I've got that in my head now. I'm going. Sorry, family up above. I'm sure they're going to hit me over their head for calling you that. We're going. All right, goodbye. Excuse me.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Love you. Bye.